Welcome to Structural Engineering Online. In this video lecture, we will learn how to determine the resultant of coplanar concurrent forces by using parallelogram law of forces. First of all, we should understand what is this parallelogram law of forces and what is its formula. This parallelogram law says that if we can represent two concurrent and coplanar forces by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, if these are two forces, and we can show them as two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant of these two forces will be represented by the diagonal. So here, if we have this force F1 and this force F2, then this will be the resultant R. And if the angle between these forces is theta, and we can also calculate this angle of the resultant with respect to one of the forces. Now, what is the formula for this resultant? That also we can write here, which can be derived easily with the help of completing this parallelogram and applying the properties. So R is equal to square root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta. So it is very simple formula. That resultant is represented in magnitude as square root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta, means the square of both the forces F1 and F2 plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta, where theta is the angle between the forces. Now we will apply this rule to determine the value of the resultant of these two forces, which are 100 Newton and 140 Newton, and the angle between them is 40 degree. So we can easily write this resultant R equal to square root of F1 square. So we have F1 as 100 square plus F2, which is 140, plus 2 into F1, that is 100 into 140 into cos of 40. Okay, so now when we calculate this value, it comes out to be R equal to square, enter the value in the calculator, and we get this value as 225.94 Newton. So this is the value of the resultant force of these two forces. Now, because the resultant is also a force, and the force will be represented as a vector quantity by finding its magnitude as well as the direction. So now we have got the magnitude. The direction also we have to calculate. So in that case, we have to calculate it in this way. If we have this parallelogram, and this is our resultant R, this is your F1, this is F2, and we are interested to find this angle alpha. Okay, we can easily find it by applying the sine rule of the triangle. So if we say that this is our triangle, we can use this triangle where one side is resultant, one side is equal to F1 and one side is equal to F2, because this angle is same as equal to your theta, which is 40 degree as given in the question. So from here we can say that the inner angle will be equal to 140, right? So we have these three sides of the triangle, and we also know one of the angle. So according to our sine rule, which is like this, in any triangle, if we have these angles A, B, C, and the side opposite to angle A is small a, this is small b, and this is small c, then we can develop this relationship, which is A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C. This is the sine rule of the triangle. So now we have all the three sides of this triangle, because F2 is known to you, R we have already calculated now, and F1 is also. So this is your value of F1 here, this side. So we can easily say that we can quickly find the value of this alpha by applying this sine rule in this triangle. So we can say that R upon sine 140 is equal to F1 upon sine alpha. If you see here, the angle opposite to this R is 140 degree, and the angle opposite to F1 is equal to alpha. So we can develop this relationship, and when we substitute the values of R and F1, we can easily calculate the value of sine alpha. So sine alpha we can write as F1 sine 140 upon R, and here we can substitute the values of F1, R, all these things are known to you. F1 is 100, so we substitute the values here, 100 into sine 140 upon the value of R. Value of R is 225.94. 225.94. So we can say that the value of alpha we can easily calculate here, because this value is simply alpha equal to sine inverse whatever value you get here, that is equal to 0.2846. This whole thing is 0.2846. therefore alpha is sine inverse of this, and that gives you a value of 16.52 degree, and this angle is with F2. So now we have got the direction as well as the magnitude of the resultant. So this is the way that we can easily calculate the resultant of two coplanar and concurrent forces. When there are three forces or more than three forces, we will be solving in other lectures, and there is another method which we can use. Parallelogram law can also be used, but that becomes lengthy and tedious. So instead of that, we will be solving by another method by finding its components in x direction, y direction, and then so please watch our next video, which will be available within 2-3 days. So with this we come to the end of this video lecture. I hope that this lecture has helped you in clearing your doubts and improving your knowledge in calculation of resultant of concurrent forces by using parallelogram law of forces. So we also request you to share it with your friends and also subscribe to our channel so that in future you get the notification of our new video lectures. Thank you very much.